Thank you very much, Mr. Libot. So, ladies and gentlemen, so good evening. So, it's really a great pleasure to be here to join this very interesting discussion. And for my presentation, I would like to share with you some of my observations on China's energy efficiency story. So now this slide give an overview of China's energy consumption. So from these slides, you can see most of the China's energy growth take place for the past 20 to 15 years. And also we can, from this slide, you can also see most of the energy increase come from coal. And so this results very serious and local, regional, and global pollution. So this is an unsustainable trend. So we want to change it. And also, so this slide shows where the energy has been used in China. So you can see most of energy, approximately 17% of the energy, is consumed in the industry sector. This very much this represents the situation that China's economic growth is largely driven by the industrialization. So if we talk about the energy efficiency, so we should pay much attention to the energy efficiency. So in the industry sector, and at the same time, so we'll see the China's energy consumption has been soaring, but at the same time, we can also see the China's economic growth and also the energy consumption growth is decoupled. That means the decoupling between the energy economic growth and also the energy consumption did happens. So this is just because China's energy efficiency has been increased substantially. So so from these slides you can see what the story of China's energy efficiency improvement. So that means that for the first period, that means since the year 1980, when China started to adopt the policy of reform and open to the outside, and for the first 3 decades, you can see China's energy intensity declined very rapidly, very sharply. So it's about 5% per year on average. And so it's it was very impressive. But it's also very impressive. So there is the energy intensity decline stops. So during the early of this century. So so from this we can see from our analysis we found that so the energy efficiency still improved. But the effects of the energy efficiency improvement was offset by the changes in the economic structure, because and specifically the share of the industry, particularly heavy industry, play a much more role to the economy. So this led the energy intensity stabilized. So during the early of this century, then. So we recognize the problem. So and particularly the government, since the last 5-year plan period, since the 11th 5-year plan period, the government has taken substantial efforts to harness this, to manage to deal with this situation. And we can see the energy intensity decline be back again. So and on track. So since the year 2005, and there is still a 4% reduction rate on average. And at the same time, so we can also see the energy efficiency in the major energy intensive sector is improvement. The improvement in the improvement of the energy efficiency in the major energy intensive sector is very obvious. So you can, and even so in the earlier of this century, that's just that means That means China really substantial progress have been made in the energy efficiency. And also, if you can see from the region, China is a big nation. You can see the Chinese the central government has set the targets. The Chinese government have national targets, and also disaggregating the targets into provinces. You can see most of the provinces has accomplished their targets. Only a limited number of provinces, such as Xinjiang, failed to achieve the target set by the national government. And also the same for the recent the 12-year plan period. So I think there is some. So how could it happen? I think there are some key policy measures. This enable the China's energy intensity decline be back on the track. So we are talking about the institute. There is an important barrier for the energy efficiency improvement is the institutional barrier. So I think, in my private opinion, I think the China has made a special institutional arrangement which really play a primary role for the energy efficiency improvement. So this special institutional arrangement, this China, the central government have the carbon intensity declining be listed as a legally binding targets for the China, and also the central government disaggregated so these national targets, legally binding targets, into provinces and into the key enterprises, energy intensive prices, and also into the sectors. And as we know, the local leaders and even the big enterprises leaders, they are very busy. So usually they pay less attention to the energy efficiency because the decision-making process is very complete. So for the big company and for the provincial government or for the city government. So this has led the provincial leaders, the city mayors, and also the industry leaders be a major responsible person for energy efficiency improvement. So this is, of course, this institutional arrangement is compatible with China's political system. So because all provincial governors and also the enterprise leaders are appointed by the government. So this arrangement not just setting the targets, but it also involves the annual examination and evaluation, and also involves the rewards and the punishment. So that means the performance assessment of the governors, the mayors, and the industry leaders, so will be closely related to the energy efficiency improvement situation. So in the related in the region and also the enterprise. I think it's very important for make the changes, and also a set of command control policies or the mandatory policy measures have been used, includes the forced retirement of the low efficiency production capacity. So as we know, in China, over production capacity is a big problem. But without the earlier forced retirement of the low efficiency production capacity, maybe the over production capacity the problem be much worse. So, and also the government have formulated several key research, key energy efficiency programs. So which really make this also play very much a very catalyzing role for the energy efficiency improvement. Also, of course, and also a set of market-based policy instruments also be used to promote the energy conservation. So covering the fiscal subsidy and the government procurement, and also the pricing reform and reform. At the same time, so and the energy efficiency capacity has been largely enhanced. So that means in China, the energy efficiency MRV system has been well established. So this also very, I think this also very helpful for identify the further energy efficiency opportunities. So and okay. So this is the past story, and so we can see. So we are talking about so we can talk about the China's low carbon economy, low carbon energy economy transformation, and you can see for the past, you can see the China's the carbon intensity reduction, the curve is almost overlapped with the energy intensity reduction, and also the energy decarbonization. So the progress is very limited. That means China's past the decarbonization of the China's energy economy is primarily because of the energy efficiency. So and how about the future situation? So we can see if China to transform his energy economy, so and in the future energy efficiency still play a very important role. For example, if China's carbon intensity reduction rate increased from 3% per year to 5%, so that means you need a substantial, then is the energy efficiency play a very important role. But at the same time, but we can also find for the future, so the fuel switching and also the role of the fuel switching has been increased. That means the nuclear, renewable, natural gas, and play more role for China's energy, for China's low carbon energy economy transformation. And also we also find there's still substantial opportunities or space for further energy efficiency improvement in the energy intensive sectors. For example, the coal-fired power plants, the steel sector, and the aluminum and the cement sector. There are still exist space for efficiency improvement, and even for the non-energy intensive sector, there are also still substantial opportunities for further energy efficiency improvement. And also, I think, and also the policy exercise which adopted during the 11th five-year plan period, during the 12th five-year plan period, so will be maintained and will be maintained, and the successful the policy exercise will be maintained. And at the same time, I think there are some new policy initiatives. So I think firstly is the President Xi point out the energy revolution. So the energy revolution will be create new momentum for China's energy improvement. And also, so recently China's commitment to the climate change for the Paris United Nations Climate Conference is also there are some specific policies which I think will be largely affect the widely deployment of energy efficiency technology and opportunity. So I think, for example, so China would start to build a national carbon emission cap and trade system. So in the year 2017. So I think the coverage of this system includes energy intensive sector, power generation sector. So I think this create become a new enabler for China's energy efficiency improvement. So that's what I want to talk about. Thank you very much for your attention.